Today we're looking at this Cirqus Voltaire pinball machine. Now this machine's from 1997, really has got so much in it. It's a really fun game to play, and this particular one has been very well looked after. Sadly though, it's not mine. Now, as you can see, this one does work. What we're going to do today is we're going to take the CPU board, which you can see on the left-hand side, which is located in the back of the machine along with a couple of other boards. And we're going to upgrade it so that we no longer need to use these batteries. One of the biggest issues with these machines with having batteries in it is that if they leak, they can just totally destroy these very expensive boards. Right, let's get the board out to the mat and let's make a start. So we've got the board ready to go. So our plan is to remove this RAM chip here. We'll take off the batteries and we'll take this connector off. And then we're going to install a socket, and then this is the RAM chip we're going to use. And all we need to do is plug it back into the pinball machine and we're done. One of the very first videos I did on the channel was a repair to a board that had actually leaked. And what we did an upgrade to that. So that was a very similar board to this. The batteries had leaked quite significantly, and yeah, we had to do a bit of cleanup on that as well. So let's get these batteries out. And then I think the first thing we'll do is we'll take this off. Right, that's that done, and yeah, that's took a bit longer to come off than I thought, but at least we can reuse it. It would have been quicker and easier just to cut these off, but then, you know, this might have a use for something else, not necessarily pinball. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, apart from clean the desk, is to get this off of here. I'm going to use the desoldering station for that. That should hopefully come off quite easily. So what we'll do is we'll add some fresh solder to here. As we zoom in. Right, so that's ready to go. Let's make a start. Okay, that looks not too bad. From certain angles, just the way the light's reflecting off of it, it looks like some of them are not quite there. So let's see now if we can remove this. It's not quite just easing out, but a lot of these things, they haven't moved for decades. There's a few of these that still got some solder on them on this side. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side. So I'm just going to use some wick, put some flux on as well. Ah, hands are so jittery today. doing that. So that's better. Still not quite there. Just pushing the legs in a little bit until I can hear a little click. Now, let's try that now. Still one on this side. There we are. I think it's a pretty clean pull. Let's clean up this. Right, there we go. So that's all done now. So let's give it a bit of a clean. We'll tidy up and then we'll get ready to put the socket in. Okay, so that's it all cleaned up now and it's ready for the socket. Now I'm actually going to use these, which is a single inline or sill socket. I like these because you can just cut to the exact size that you need and you don't have to worry about having lots of different sockets. The other reason is that I don't have any that would fit this, so I'm going to have to use these. Now, I have a little bit of a trick that I use when I'm doing them, so which I shall show you, but we'll put it in like that, match the size, and then just cut. I know where to cut now. Okay, and that's one side. Next side, do the same, and we need to cut 4 off. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we cut those there. And there we go. So now what I like to do is take the RAM chip and we'll put it in, so we match the notch up here to the notch there. And the reason I put this in is because what happens sometimes is if you solder these, they can actually be at a bit of an angle, so you could get it so that it's not straight, and the problem then is that you have to redo it, otherwise it's either a very tight fit or a very loose fit. But if we put it in now, it'll actually fit it'll fit the profile correctly. There we go. And then if we just solder this up now, we should be good to go. Now, sometimes I find that the flux doesn't come off just as easily, so I use this stuff. Okay, I'll just leave that on. Just give that a few seconds. And I find this is a really, really good cleaner. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Let's zoom out. Right, so table's a mess. That's it out, and we've got the new one in, and we'll give it a test. Okay, right, so here we are, the board is fitted and we're ready to go. So I'm just going to power it on. And then if we look, we can see the testing message. And there we are, ready to go. What we'll do is we'll quickly start a game, score some points, then switch it off, and then make sure that this score is there on the next start. And that'll prove that the NVRAM is actually working. So there's our score, 978,000. So if we power it off and then come back, that should be there. Okay, we'll just give it a few seconds to ensure all the power is drained out of it. And back on. And here we go, testing. And there's our score. So we've proven that the NVRAM is working. So that's great. Okay, we'll leave it there for today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe if you wish to, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.